Hey, what's up, everyone? It's Riley, and I got asked a lot how I mapped my launch control MIDI controller to my Ableton template, and I wanted to make a video about all the whys and how I mapped this controller. So a big thing for this was that I wanted to be super flexible with everything. Before I had no presets per se available to me. Rather than doing the IAC driver and the chain selection in the rack, I decided to do macro presets. I know this works for me because I like to be more on the fly with things and not like pre-program, like for the pre-chorus I'm going to use this sound, for the chorus I'm going to use this sound, and just have Ableton fire it. I want to fire it myself. So that's why on here, you can see that I have it kind of divided into 3 sections. And this row of buttons is where I mapped all my presets to. I think about this controller in 3 sections. So all your individual controls for like macros and whatnot. Then I have all the faders for volumes and some effect sends. Then I have all the presets that I've mapped, all the snapshots for the macros. All right, taking a look at my Ableton session, I have pianos, pads, aux keys, and a drone pad. Then I have 3 effect sends. So I'm able to like effectively control all of this stuff on the fly as I need because of how I thought out what I assigned where. If you're just looking at this, you may think like, oh, well, yeah, I have a lot of options for like production, but how do I use this live? I don't want to reach over to my laptop and control it with a mouse or click these things for presets and whatnot. So that's where a secondary MIDI controller, or if you have like an all-in-one workstation MIDI controller, I would map these buttons to control parameters of the racks. So in this particular case with the piano rack, I have kind of a rack within a rack. This is like master effects and MIDI effects. And then this one is the actual like host for all the piano sounds. So on the left here, you can see that I have a bunch of presets. These are all just like different combinations of the macros here. And all of those macros are grabbing from either like a volume of the instrument itself or a particular parameter within that instrument. So like the Noir, I know I have like felt sounds, the particles, engine, volume, mechanical sounds, the color knob, all of those I've mapped because those are parameters that I'm going to want to control live or to make different presets. So mainly talking about our buttons here. So when I am going through these sounds here, I'll play our clip. I have this sound, which is our basic soft felt sound. So when I want to change that to my normal, it's as easy as that. And I can do that as many times back and forth that I want. And then I have an upright, another alteration of that upright, an EP, and then a really big piano sound. Also, this is divided up into sections. So I have the three big main sections, but then I also have these individual colors. So this is my piano section. This is my pad or synth section. Then this orange one is my aux keys. Then this is my pad, my drone pad. Then this channel, I was going to use it for tracks playing, but I'm just using it as a send for the crystallizer. And then this is my master bus. So in the piano section, I keep it all selected. Like these are my piano presets. Up to 6 gives me a lot of room to do things live. And then I have my main piano fader. Then I have a reverb send. Then I have delay send. And then I also have the decay for the reverb and the delay. So if I wanted to, I can make a pad sound out of this. Works best when you're not having a loop and you just hit one chord. So yeah, it's super easy how this is all organized. All of these encoders up here are to adjust different aspects within the macros of the piano bus. So color knob for the Noir just gives me brighter, harsher if I need to bring it up. I can bring it down. The particles engine. The texture, which is Fracture Sounds Blueprint. Totally different instrument, but it's free. Then we have the felt sound. So I'll use this a lot live where maybe the part doesn't call for such a thwacky sound, or I'm scoring behind the pastor for altar call, and I don't need that like brittle attack of the felts. Oh, sorry, I hit the attack. So that's really cool. For me to be way more flexible live, I chose to have the volume for the upright and the tack piano controllable on my MIDI controller versus just relying on a pre-made preset to get those sounds. So then I still have full control over the Noir still. And I can still blend in these things. And then we'll do the same thing with the tack piano. So very versatile, gives me a lot of control on the fly, which I need. Then this is the only one that is controlling something in the other rack. Just a MIDI chord trigger to do an octave up. But the nice thing is it does it to any piano that I'm using. So if we change it, very versatile that way. I could change presets on the fly and retain that octave information or whatever. Yeah, so similar things across for synth, the aux keys and the pad. They're all just assigned in different ways to control different parameters within that rack or the grouping of the channels together. So let me show you how I actually would assign that. So if I wanted to change something up, like say I don't want EP here to be the EP piano one. I'll go to MIDI, click on the one that I want. So let's say I want it to be the 80s one. Then I click the button that I want it to be at. It'll say it's already mapped somewhere. I'll say remap, get out of MIDI. And now when I hit the EP, I'll have 80s. Super simple. Ableton lets you do literally whatever you want so easily. And I love the launch control for the fact that it it has so many different options and different buttons that I can assign wherever I need them. Then these other ones are, again, more MIDI control or like effects for the piano. So if I'm here, I can hit my lo-fi button and it'll do it to whatever piano I'm on. And then these are different MIDI buttons that I have, or MIDI snapshots that I have in the MIDI rack that do strumming, but because I'm playing chords here in the loop, I won't show you that. And again, the other stuff it follows the same rule. I'm very simple with this setup. This is just what ended up really working for me, and I really loved it. The pads, you can see I'm controlling the sequencer there, and I can control the rate. And then I can change between whatever pad preset I want to use. And the cutoff would come from my mod wheel on my actual like keyboard controller, which obviously I don't have here right now. The pad, this is just a tonal pad. I have the master control for the pad group. Then I have the main pad, a bass layer, and a pad filter. And the most important thing that I did there was that I put the filter before the reverb so that no matter how quick I turn this knob, I still have like a tail that lasts. So it's not just like and sucks it to nothing. Like that. Yeah. And then I think maybe the last thing I'd say is that you just need to be careful with when you're programming this or or a similar controller, that you check on the device's software if it's a toggle or a momentary switch. So these ones I keep in toggle so that they send like a consistent static CC number. And then stuff like this, like the tap, is momentary, so it just sends like quick signals. Going a step further with that, I just make sure that when I actually have like a MIDI controller keyboard hooked up, that my MIDI from on the individual channel is coming from that controller instead of all ins. But since I'm only using this, that's why I'm on all ins right now. And taking it a step further than that, you want to make sure that you're correct on your track and remote settings for your MIDI devices. So the way that I understand it is like track is like the information that you want to be playing tangible notes, like audible notes. And then remote is like when you want to control parameters within Ableton. And so I keep my launch control only on remote, and then I keep my Nord or my Rev2 only on track, so that there's like 3 ways of it never hitting or never being able to send CC information that would be designated to like a pitched note that would be the same as like a parameter control. I think that's it on my MIDI controller. I hope that was helpful and gives you some insight into how I actually like think about mapping things here. It's all designed, again, for my playing live. And this was like the thing that like really got me a lot of creative flexibility in a live session or in a live setting. But it also provides a lot of help in like producing. So I use this template also for tracking keys for my church or doing projects on the side. All these parameters allow me to get really good sounds really easily and like hit the sound that's in my head pretty quickly. If you like this, my full template is available on my website. And I've also built it to where you could buy the individual racks as well, like the piano rack, the synth rack, the aux rack. It's all separate, or you could buy it all together in one bundle. Yeah, let me know if you have any questions, if I can go into anything more in depth as well. And I will see you in the next video. Peace.